Hey everybody, it's Eric from EPautos.com, your libertarian car guy, driving this 25 Hyundai Santa Fe, and I discovered the latest safety feature, or at least I should say the latest elaboration of an existing safety feature. You probably know all about what they call lane keep assist, and if you look at the dashboard, you might be able to see that little green light there. It shows an icon of a vehicle in between two lines, and if you're familiar with the technology, basically there are cameras in the front of the vehicle, and if you tread on either the yellow line or the white line, then you'll sometimes get like a little chirp out of the car, and sometimes it'll try to correct you by jerking the wheel left or the right. Well, here's the latest. I just discovered this. So I'm listening to the radio as I'm driving down the road, and if I touch the painted line, and trigger the lane keep assist, it turns down the volume momentarily of the stereo system. They're just relentless in the pushiness of all of this safety stuff. Keep you safe, just constantly pestering you. Now, I know maybe some people out there are listening to me and think, oh, old Eric is just ranting about something that's actually a good thing because, we want people to keep in their driving lane. The problem is these painted lines sometimes don't exactly correlate with the travel lane. The VDOT or whoever you deal with, sometimes they'll paint the lines a little bit off. So like here in this corner, you can see it's a little bit off. So, you touch the line going, there it goes. All I did was touch the line. No reason for that at all. It's nothing to do with safety. And of course, if you make a turn across a painted line without signaling first, it's another one of these pedantic things. You're supposed to signal every time you turn. It doesn't matter. Like right now, okay, there's literally nobody ahead of me, nobody behind me. If I were to turn off the road right now without signaling, I'd also get the little beep in the dash and the volume would go down. I think the automakers really ought to stop and think about how they're annoying people with this stuff. I have yet to meet a single person, and I talk to a lot of people, I get a lot of emails, do a lot of radio shows. I've yet to encounter a single person who says, I love all of this driver assistance technology. It helps me feel safe. People don't like it. In fact, I've had a lot of people say, I would happily pay extra to have it deleted from my vehicle. Don't want it. But they keep doubling down on it, and I think it's because, if you accept the premise, safety, gotta have ever safer cars, more safety assistance, they constantly have to think of new ways to pester you about safety. I can foresee a time while I'm ranting where if it starts to rain, you've got cars already have rain sensing wipers, so the vehicle knows it's raining. Oh, speed limit reduced for safety. They're going to do that. It's never going to end. And I think they're driving customers away. I constantly hear from people that they don't want a new vehicle, notwithstanding that new vehicles all drive wonderfully and they have all these features and amenities. People don't like being hassled and pestered by their car. And more finally, they don't like being treated like a kindergartner by their car. And neither do I. So just some thoughts about that. More up at EPautos.com, the web's best libertarian gearhead site. Love to hear your comments if you have any. And I just finished posting the audio of yesterday's Wheels Up segment with Bill Meyer over at KMED-FM. And if you're interested in that, you can find it over on the site. And we'll have some more stuff for you again soon.